One thing that should be on the agenda for the City of Victoria is encouraging commuter cycling. There are many social and environmental benefits to cycling communities. This video will highlight ways to encourage commuter cycling as well as describe some of the downsides. Finally, we will make our recommendations as what the City of Victoria should do to address problems faced by commuter cyclers.
The City of Victoria has had no bike paths put in place since 1991, which is an issue because the current conditions are not safe for bikers. The City of Victoria has the highest number of biking commuters in Canada with only 10%. In a city where 90% of the residents live within 10 kilometers of their work, this number should be much higher.
Moving away from fossil fuel dependent transportation to modes of alternative transportation, such as biking, help conserve energy, lower greenhouse gas emissions, lower pollution, and increase human health and safety. These are all current goals of the City of Victoria, and more should be done to support these goals. There are also many additional benefits to commuter cycling, such as community building, placemaking, happier citizens, which are all a part of the new urbanist design. Some of the important health benefits for humans include higher levels of physical activity, improved cardiovascular health, lower risk of obesity, lower incidence of respiratory diseases, and reduced healthcare costs thanks to the effects of regular exercise and reduced pollution.
By looking at other cities with proper bike lane infrastructure, one can see the possibilities that can be had for commuter cycling. By looking at Copenhagen, which is believed by many to be the most bike-friendly city in the world, we can see the benefits and possibilities of commuter cycling. With cycling superhighways being put into place connecting suburbs to the main city, biking is most often the most convenient method of commuting. Danish statistics show that every 6 miles biked instead of driven saved 3.5 pounds of carbon dioxide emissions and 9 cents in healthcare costs, but many cite happiness among the chief benefits of commuter cycling. Currently, 50% of its residents commute via bicycle. However, the city is attempting to improve this. To do this, they are attempting to make cycling the easiest option. The cycling superhighways are as wide as many roads, taking away from space that would normally belong to cars. Traffic lights are programmed to favor the cyclists during rush hour, and air pumps to adjust bike tires can be found at least every mile. Solar-powered lights line the bike paths, making residents feel safe while biking in the early morning and evening. The city provides free bikes that anyone can use, an initiative put in place to prevent bike theft. This makes biking a possibility for everyone.
Safety concerns vary when comparing off-road biking trails to shared roadways. The concerns regarding off-road trails include isolation and lighting, whereas concerns with shared roadways primarily involve automobiles, other cyclists, and pedestrians. A 2005 study conducted in Montreal showed that the reason commuters don't use cycling as their main mode of transportation is because it is too dangerous. The CRD Regional Pedestrian and Cycling Master Plan was created to show the varying levels of safety while commuting. This master plan includes 3 different types of classifications of bike lanes. The user type classification indicates how comfortable the user type feels when biking on shared roadways. The Class 1 is suitable for all users, Class 2 is suitable for most users, and Class 3 is suitable for few users. The plan deems Class 1 as the safest and most user-friendly, although they are virtually non-existent in the City of Victoria. The bike network in the Capital Regional District should be developed to a Class 1 standard as much as possible. This will allow cyclists of all abilities to feel comfortable while cycling in the CRD. Adequate lighting is also a safety concern in the Capital Regional District. This is an important concern along the Galloping Goose and Lochside trails. These trails are arguably the most used bike trails in the region and have little to no lighting during the early mornings and late evenings. Solar-powered lights along the trails would help commuters feel safer from other cyclists, animals on the trail, and debris. This lighting initiative would also help the surrounding communities feel safer. This touches on Jane Jacobs' theory, the eyes of the street. The eyes of the street concept is now known as natural surveillance, and is a general idea that as people are moving around an area, they will be able to observe what is going on around them, provided the area is open and well lit.
Making more appealing in the Capital Regional District, we feel that the CRD should provide end-of-bike facilities. Examples of these include showers, sheltered bike parking, air pumps, lockers, and self-serve repair stations in workplaces and other high-use areas. These facilities help to make bikers feel more comfortable cycling to and from work. Showers would eliminate the concerns regarding hygiene held by professionals who might be deterred from cycling. Storage units and lockers would allow cyclists to safely store their belongings. Air pumps and self-serve bike repair stations eradicate the fears of a flat tire, other maintenance issues, or unforeseen complications.
Although there are numerous and important benefits to cycling and its infrastructure, there are also many reasons as to why these initiatives have not yet been implemented in Victoria and other cities. The major reason is lack of funding. The main costs of cycling infrastructure take the form of construction costs, consultation, evaluation of routes and lanes, as well as loss of revenue for certain retail and parking companies during construction. There are also long-term costs for maintaining the infrastructure, as well as the potential loss of a lane of traffic and loss of parking revenue.
For example, a study done in 2005 in Montreal described some of these negative impacts. The City of Montreal implemented a 3.5-kilometer Class 1 bicycle lane with physical separation from cars. The Claire Morissette bike lane cost the city $3.5 million in construction costs. The bike lane also replaced 250 parking spaces, which results in a loss of $1.7 million annually in parking revenues for the city.
In 2011, the CRD claimed that $275 million is needed for infrastructure improvements to create an integrated cycling network. This network would include 329 kilometers of separated bike lanes. The CRD's budget for cycling improvements in 2013 is $250,000, which is a fraction compared to the estimated costs. Currently, the City Council's interests include Craigflower Road and Johnson Street. The city is waiting to hear back from the provincial government about sharing the costs of implementing a bike lane down Johnson Street. Here are some of the existing and proposed bike lanes in the CRD plan. These numbers illustrate how far the CRD is from achieving its goals.
In the meantime, they are developing a list of projects that support the soft E's of active travel. Soft E's are education, enforcement, encouragement, and evaluation. We spent 30 minutes conducting fieldwork at the corner of Shelburne and Mackenzie at 9 o'clock on a Monday morning. This is a major intersection for those cycling to the university. In this time period, 40 bikers passed by our location. On Shelburne, there's almost no bike infrastructure, and on Mackenzie it is only present in certain locations. On a street with such a high density of bikers, there is clearly a need for change.
Our recommendation to the City of Victoria is to implement changes that will make biking a more convenient mode of transportation than driving. The city needs 50% more sheltered bike parking so people will feel comfortable parking their bikes on rainy days. Solar-powered lights need to be put in place on bike trails so cyclists can feel safe biking home after hours. Class 3 bike lanes should be enforced on major routes and roads, and at least Class 2 on most streets. Compensation should be given to businesses who provide end-of-bike facilities such as showers, lockers, and storage. By improving bike infrastructure, the city shall reap the benefits of being happier, cleaner, and healthier.
I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. Races are coming your way, so forget.